What's up everybody, Donald lives here and I'm back with you with another video. This video is a new video and it's for a special occasion, and most of you might have seen by now, but I've officially hit 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for all your support. I didn't think I was going to make it this far at the first time when I began. When I first began, the only reason why I made that what if deku had an half and half quirk was because whenever I would look for a deku and fem shoto ship, it wasn't there. Just got fed up, decided to make my own, and yeah. So want to thank you for that. And you're probably wondering, who are the people in the picture? All will be known in due time, so don't worry about that. And you're probably wondering, what is this video? Well, you would have seen it if you clicked on it, so no point in saying that now, right? Well, this video is what if Deku was a villain? Well, we should get started, right? So this video starts off like any other video with a 4-year-old Izuku. This Izuku is going to the Quirk doctor with his mom. His mom driving him there. He's asking his mom, "Mom, what do you think my quirk is gonna be?" "Don't know, honey. We just have to wait and see." He says, "Okay," as he goes back to playing with his All Might action figure. While he's doing that, while they arrive at the Quirk doctor, they go in, they do the test on him and all that stuff. The Quirk doctor says that your son's quirk is DNA manipulation. He's able to manipulate his DNA or other people's DNA, or any DNA to be exact. Okay. We do not know how he could use his quirk or anything, so he will have to figure it out himself. Okay. "Mom, can I still be a hero?" "Yes, sweetie. We just have to find out how you use your quirk, and then you can become the greatest hero ever." "Yay!" he says. As his mom takes him back home, they get ready. He goes to sleep, does whatever he does before he goes to sleep. Plays toys, watch TV, does homework, if they do get homework, coloring in, whatever. Goes, eats dinner, then goes, takes a bath, and goes to sleep. Wakes up the next day, he goes to school. He tells the class that his quirk is called DNA manipulation. He says that the doctors don't know what it can do, but then they said that it could be powerful or could not be powerful. So yeah. And if you're trying to connect the dots with Izuku looking like that guy in the picture, no, he still looks like his original self, so don't fret about that. So Bakugo says, "It's probably just a weak quirk." "You don't know that, Kachan," Deku says, because Bakugo really doesn't know that if it's a weak or strong quirk. Neither does Deku. So yeah. Right now, and that's what is happening. So for the next 3 years, Izuku's still trying to figure out what his quirk is, what his quirk can do. And many of you are thinking, gonna say, But isn't Izuku a genius? He would obviously not wait. He was a kid who just got who just got his quirk, and people started bullying him, thinking it was a weak quirk. So he really didn't have time to focus about his quirk, rather trying to focus about him not getting hurt and worrying his mother. So don't talk, and let me finish this what if. So one day Izuku and his mom were going to the grocery store, and as they were coming back from the store, there was a villain attack. When this villain attack was happening, the villain took his mom as hostage. His mom said to him to go and hide behind an alleyway or something. And a hero came. The villain said, "If you don't let me go, I will kill this woman," as he had a gun to her head as he was activating his quirk. "Stop right there, you villain." The hero shouted, Hey, don't try and get any attention or else she will be dead." Izuku saw what was happening, and the hero just kept on shouting, and then he saw people, then he started to see people recording, then he started to take action as he was going to move forward. Up, he said, "Let go of that woman right this second." "Are you stupid or something?" The villain says. "You move one more step and then I'm gonna kill her." As in the hero charges in, Izuku is seeing this happening right here, seeing that the hero only started to take action when he saw people starting to film. This little thing which happened here was the thing which got Izuku to stop believing in heroes, seeing as this hero only wanted fame and money. But Izuku still held on up to that hope, saying, "All Might isn't like that, so there's still true heroes out there." He said to himself. While that was happening, his mother got killed because of the heroes wanting for popularity and money. The villain took the blame, and Izuku was put in an orphanage. And when that happened, he just got more abused, neglected. Not more neglected. His mother never neglected him. She loved him with all her heart. He got abused, neglected, discriminated against, and made fun of by the people in the orphanage as well as the workers there too. This was the second step in Izuku starting to feel that humanity or the society is not as kind as he thought it was. He still leaves that at that, trying to figure out what his quirk can do. Due to all the stress that is being pushed onto his brain, he can't think logically, not seeing what is right in front of his eyes. Okay. Now we skip to when Izuku's 10. When Izuku's 10, he's walking around. It's just after school, having his class laugh at him again, and Bakugo saying that he should just give up on his dream of being a hero. He's walking home. He's walking to the orphanage. Then he sees Bakugo being attacked by a villain. heroes are there saying that they can't. I know, just wait. The sludge villain attack is not supposed to happen now, just wait. Heroes not doing anything, checking around to see if there are cameras around. Izuku wanting to do something, but then he can't. He's saying, I don't even know how my quirk works. But then he doesn't care. He starts running. And then he goes there trying to save him. But then the sludge villain was about to hit him. He dodges. He starts to try and get Bakugo out as he sees the bleeding in his eyes. As he's about to finally grab Bakugo and make a run for it, All Might comes and smashes the sludge villain away. And then everyone praises All Might, as well as the heroes praising Bakugo for his bravery and his strong quirk, saying that if he wants, one day he can come to their agency and be one of their sidekicks. All Might also praising Bakugo, saying that he will be a great hero one day. Then Izuku, at this, when All Might goes away, Izuku chases after him and says, All Might, I wanted to ask you a question. Huh? As he looks around to see that no one's looking, asks away, young man. I wanted to know if I could be a hero, even if I don't fully comprehend my quirk right now. And what is your quirk? It's DNA manipulation. And All Might, being just the meat buff, ugly as he is, thinks that the quirk is useless and can't do anything, seeing that it's only that manipulates the person's DNA. Can't think of any way that the quirk could do anything. So yeah, he says, I'm sorry, young man, but the way your quirk is as weak as it is now, and the way you couldn't save that boy from that villain, just shows you could never be a hero. It's good to dream big, but think more realistically. Maybe you could be a police or firefighter, something along those lines. But a hero, never. As All Might goes away, Izuku, that was the third step, seeing that even All Might looks down at quirks which are weak and all of that. That was the straw where it finally clicked in his head. The heroes doing nothing but wanting fame and glory and money too. The society discriminating, abusing, and being racist. If a person is quirkless, has a weak quirk, or has a villainous quirk. And even one of the top leading figures in the hero society looking down on others while on TV, he brings people's hopes up. That was the final straw for Izuku. That straw, all those things together, created Izuku's new mindset. This society, all it does is belittle, discriminate, be racist, abuse, neglect every single person who has a weak quirk or a villainous quirk or even quirkless at that. People with weak quirks are just law-abiding citizens, just there to worship the heroes. Villainous quirks are people destined to be villains. That's what the heroes and people say. And people which are quirkless are just a waste of space and are supposed to die. That's what the society thinks of. And only people with flashy and strong quirks are supposed to be heroes. As Izuku finally loses it. The society, it really is messed up. My mother died from those fake heroes. The society discriminated and tortured me. And here comes a hero who everybody thinks is the greatest of all. Crushes a young mainstream before even knowing the full extent of that person's quirk. This society really is trash. As Izuku walks back to the orphanage, down in the dumps, not knowing what to do anymore, seeing as this society, he doesn't want to be a hero to this trash of a society. He doesn't want this. He doesn't want to save people who believe in the society, who follow the society, who go rule by rule in the society when it's as corrupt as it is now. So, Izuku finally hits it. It finally hits Izuku. If the society is as trash as it is now, wants to say it wouldn't get any more worse in the future, thinking of all those innocent kids who would get his treatment, his amount of treatment at such a young age. Izuku finally had a thought in his head. If this society is as trash as it is now, then I'll burn it into ashes and build a new one where everyone is equal. It might not be as equal. It might not be as equal as I want it to be, because nothing can ever be equal. But at least it will be as better than this hell. As Izuku finally gets that mentality of wanting to be a hero out of his head, and says, but I can't do anything if I do not know how my quirk works. As Izuku goes to the orphanage library and starts reading on what quirks are, Izuku reads that quirks are genetic evolution in the person's DNA. Then Izuku says, a genetic evolution is what a quirk is, and that only happens in a person's DNA. I have the ability to manipulate DNA. How couldn't I have seen this before? He says as he puts his right hand on his forehead, thinking on how he hasn't noticed this before. Then he says, I get it now. The reason why I didn't get it before is because this society, with its abuse, neglect, and torture, discrimination, as well as the stress which I was getting, I couldn't focus on myself because of that dream of wanting to be a hero. As he sees this, my power allows me to manipulate DNA, meaning I can create quirks as well as manipulate a person's body to take away their quirk. With this, I could stop villains without even having to try. As he thinks to himself, this is brilliant. I can find a way. I can find a way to change the society from the corrupt way it is now. But as Izuku thinks, I can't do it alone. As he thinks, as while that was happening, the people with the staff in the orphanage are saying, are talking about kicking out Izuku. This couldn't have been more of the perfect timing for Izuku to be left out. As in that night, they give him the food, and when he's sleeping, they come into his room, pack all his stuff, and throw him out the door. No one needs as scum as you in our orphanage. You're driving all the adopters from coming and adopting other kids because you're here. As they close the door and lock it, Izuku thinks, couldn't have been more perfect timing. This way, I don't have to worry about the cops, any person trying to find me or feeling a missing report file. As he thinks to himself, as he's thinking, this is a perfect opportunity to build my own organization to help me bring down this society. As Izuku goes to the woods, as he stays there, as he's thinking of a quirk that he should make so that he can give himself power in case he runs into something. So he's thinking, first I'll need to change my appearance. As then I'll have to change my appearance. I'll need a strong body to be able to hold much power. What power should I have? Why not a power to manifest weapons? I'll add that in there. I'll add that into my transformation. A power to collect cosmic energy to imagine anything I want. Okay. A power of having demonic attributes. With that, I have far more enhanced strength and a big affinity for darkness, perfect for my society, for this organization. I also need to add a light form to this, and as resistance to any light-based attacks, so I do not falter in this form. I'll need extreme firepower. Why don't I add a cosmic flame, colored flame? This way I can regulate the temperature and form it in a way I want. And then a form where I comprise all my energy and changes my skin to more denser and to release power making me more stronger, faster, and more deadlier than before. This is good. As he starts to change his DNA, and then he looks like this guy. This is what Izuku looks like right here. Okay, let's create a quirk for me to create clothes too. As then he gets these clothes on and covers his mouth with a mask and create a quirk so that I can build an underground maze with bases all over Japan. As then he touches his hand and starts creating the bases, imagining it and adding stuff to it, creating rooms, beds, TVs and all that stuff, internet connection, satellite connection, hacking technology, all those things, meeting rooms for the top leaders and all that stuff, and a place in every single part of Japan to be able to go into that place without people noticing. I'll make a barrier quirk around it so that people with only a mark which I will grant them can enter into that barrier and see where to go down. Perfect. Then this is the mark. This is the mark Izuku creates. With this mark, the organization which I shall create, the bane of humanity, the outcast, the discriminated, the abused, the racist, raced against, the biased, the weak, the neglected, the tossed aside, all are the bane of humanity. With this, we will change the society. As Izuku starts to think of gathering members, I'll just add a teleportation quirk to myself to be able to teleport anywhere in the world. So this way I can find members much more easier all around. One night he's walking through the streets. Where can I find members? He's asking. As then he hears whimpering, someone crying. He goes to an alleyway and he sees a girl. He goes over and asks, "Young lady, hey, hey, I'm asking you a question." As she wipes her tears and looks up at him, "Why are you at the streets alone at this time in the night?" You can tell me. My parents kicked me out. They didn't want me anymore, seeing as I'm quirkless. A perfect opportunity is good things. Well, if they kicked you out, why don't you join me instead? What? I need a partner. A member. The first member. A person who will stand by my side as I lead, as they follow behind me and instruct others while I give them instructions. Join me and help me create an organization of sorts. This organization will help get rid of this corrupt and chaotic society. Help me take the bane of this humanity to create the bane of humanity, to rid the world of this corrupt society and establish a new one from its ashes. So what do you say? But I'm just a quirkless nobody. What use can I be to you? I could give you a quirk. What? My power allows me to manipulate DNA. Oh, and think about it for a second. Where do quirks come from? As she thinks they become from genetic evolution in the DNA. As she looks at him, eyes widen. I see, you finally got it. I'll give you a quirk similar to mine. What? Since you're gonna be the second in command, I'll give you a quirk similar to mine. It has two forms, a light and a dark. Those forms are the forms which you can use. The moon, the crescent moon is what I'll the light, the light form, the crescent moon, And my form, which you will also be, which I'll also give you, is is the is the new moon form. The crescent moon and the new moon form are the two forms which I'll give you. With this, you will be the first member and the second in command of my organization. So what do you say? Thank you. As she hugs me. Thank you so much. It's not a problem. We are but the same. As he touches her head, as a midnight blue light consumes her, as her clothes change, her appearance change, and looks somewhat like Izuku's, looking exactly like this. Looking exactly like that. And with that, you've joined my group. Oh yeah, I forgot to ask what's your name, but first let me introduce myself. My old name used to be Izuku Midoriya, but I'll change that name from Izuku Midoriya to L Sword. L Sword Midnight Blue. Well, if that's what your name's gonna be, then I'll use my given name and your nickname and your surname. So I'll be Abigail Midnight Blue. Well, such a fitting name, isn't it? As he removes his masks and smiles as she blushes at this. Yeah, I think so. So, let's see. So, I'm gonna be ending it off here. I already know who's gonna be the main members of the group. So, I'm gonna give you just a peek of two people who are gonna be there. So, yeah. This is not all that's gonna be there. Let me show you. We have Hotashi Shinso gonna be here as one of Izuku's spies in UA. As I said, one of Izuku's spies. And you could have a villain organization if you didn't add Himiko Toga. So yeah, this is where I'm gonna be ending off. I hope you enjoy, like, subscribe, and thank you for getting me to 1,000 subscribers. I'll post the next part tomorrow, on Tuesday. So yeah, see ya. Don't want to be ya.
This ain't over.